We don't have free markets, and we haven't had since 1913. You cannot have free markets if you don't have free market money. The currency is 50% of every transaction there is in society, and if you have a small group of men at the central bank having a meeting each month, in the United States it's called the Open Market Committee, the FOMC, deciding how much currency there's going to be in the system and what the cost of that currency is, the interest rates, that's a manipulated market by definition. You've got a few people deciding what it's going to be. That's 50% of every transaction. Therefore, there is no transaction in this society that isn't manipulated. So we don't have, when people say that the free markets are failing, we do not have free markets. When people say that capitalism is failing, we don't have capitalism. We've got cronyism. We've got special favors being granted by Congress to the people that lobby them, and it skews the economy and warps the economy and creates all of these artificial bubbles that end up popping, and then everybody loves living in a bubble, so they just want the Fed to create the next one. For more than 100 years, banks have been inserting themselves between individuals in the financial system and taking a cut. And this destroys prosperity as well. They are taking a slice of economic energy out of a transaction. And as we use credit cards more and more, this goes up more and more. We used to use checks, and before that we used cash. When we used cash, the merchant, when you bought something from a merchant, the merchant got 100% of the purchasing power that you were exchanging for the goods that you're getting from the merchant. When you use a credit card, there's a merchant fee of about, I think it averages about 2%. A risky merchant is paying 3%. A grocery store is paying 0.5% or so. But they've been inserting themselves more and more, and that is the reason that all the biggest buildings on the planet have bank names on them in every city around the planet. It's this huge. The banking sector used to provide very legitimate functions in society, and part of what it does today is legitimate function in keeping business running. But now they have proprietary trading desks that will they offer you brokerage services and at the same time trade against you. It's a conflict of interest. They deal in all these derivatives. They're trying to get their own profits up. It used to be that somebody would deposit currency and the bank would lend that currency at a higher rate of interest than they were paying the depositor, and that was a service to the community. What they're doing these days, a very small percentage is a service to the community. The rest of it is a giant leech on the global community, sucking economic energy out of it and producing a bazillion jobs on Wall Street and stuff that do not add to the economy. They're not making a product that you would want to open up your wallet and buy.
Cyprus, is that going to happen in some other countries?
Absolutely. That's the plan. Yeah, countries all over the world are putting rules in place now so that can be accomplished.
Well, part of what happened in Cyprus, I think, is a very good thing. There's an expectation in the United States and most of the Western world that Big Daddy should protect you if you put your money in a failing bank. If you are a depositor in a bank, you are by definition an unsecured creditor. And the idea that the market should protect you from your own stupidity, putting money in a failed bank, is anathema. Had you in Cyprus been intelligent enough to buy, as an example, gold and silver, or had you put your money in a bank outside Cyprus, you wouldn't have had this idea. The nationalization of the bail-in, I think, was bad. But the idea that we have that we're absolved of responsibility for our own financial future, in other words, if we're stupid enough to put money in a bank that has too poor of an equity slice, the bank goes upside down, we're unsecured creditors of a moron, which makes us a double moron. And we ought to be punished for that stupidity. The idea